remember the Vytronix Cordless vacuum cleaner that I acquired for free recently that needed some minor repair? Well, I rather stupidly would never recommend you do this. I stripped it down, refurbished it, put it back together, and it's now ready to show you what it looks like, how it works, and how it cleaned up later. Let's have a look at this truly dreadful machine and see how well it came up. Yes, hello, my vacuum cleaner chums. How are you today? Not only is this a pretty terrible basic machine, it's also a superseded terrible basic machine. There is now another version of this, the newer version available. It's only £56. So yeah, and on the spares website for Vytronix, it's out of stock, but they have the entire floor head listed for £16.99, which is probably at least £12 more than it actually cost to make. So yeah, how did it come up? Well, I did literally nothing to this because there is nothing that can be done with that. That is just what it is, really. Charger, yeah, does the job. I cleaned off all of the paint marks on the wand, and rather a lot of purple came off onto my cloth as well. It was like buffing a non-clear coated car, but yeah, came up alright. Looks quite shiny indeed. Yeah, the machine, well, it runs still, has some suction. It has some suction, not a lot. The actual suction motor in this is 100 watts, so yeah, never gonna do much at all. Bless it. And then this cyclone design doesn't really help either, but it all came out very nice and clean. The filter got washed and now smells very nice, although again it's one of those sort of filters where the fluff goes under the top layer, which is a right sod. Never going to buy another filter for it. It'll cost more than this is worth. All of this washed up very nicely. All the foam gaskets in here were quite disgusting, so hopefully now it's going to work a lot better. To top it back in, you have to line up the notches, one of which is a different size. Oh, and then that's only got a tiny little bit of movement to clip it on. That goes in there, and yeah, I mean, it's quite nice to hold in the hand. It is a heavy, chunky thing, I'll be honest, and yeah, like that it feels a bit weird, but when you're using it, it's not horrendous. Yeah. What is horrendous though is this floor head, which yeah, came up very well. You can see through the window now, and look how well the brush roll came up with just a good wash. I mean, it's still a terrible brush roll, absolutely diabolical for carpet, but it came up okay nonetheless. And yes, as did everything else really. The wheels are hanging in by a thread. Probably wouldn't last much longer than half an hour's worth of use, but they are there nonetheless. And yeah, it all still works. Oh, the power! So yes, our freebie cordless vacuum cleaner is done. Let's see if it can pick up those two bits there, these bits, all these little bits of fluff. We'll do it on low first. Oh, it got the fluff. Yeah, it got the bits actually. Whoa. Wasn't quite as terrible as I was hoping. What is quite terrible is that that's just broken off there. Oh dear, that's a bit of a pain in the bum. This is the locking valve for the tools, and the fact that that's popped off could be a bit of a problem if this machine was actually going to be sold. It's not. The ex wants it. She works in a care home. They want something to pick up bits off of the floor like around their daily use, and I thought, well, you may as well have this, but we'll do it up first because, you know, you don't want to be having a filthy cleaner in a place like that. And with a little bit of tape, look, we've fixed the button, and indeed it still works, which is perfectly fine indeed. I'm sure when it fails to work, they can just add more tape, and for the rest of this wretched poor little thing's life, it can at least do a good turn. And I mean, on hard floors and low pile carpet, this is a pretty decent head, I cannot lie. It doesn't like these rugs, but it'll pick the bits up, it'll do the job. We have saved it and probably gone above and beyond its worth. So there we go. Really, tell me, have you ever refurbished something that didn't deserve it just because? Why not? I mean, I've learned something. They're not difficult to take apart. They're just so utterly terrible. I never get one in the first place, and I suppose that's what makes this all just a little bit pointless. And yeah, I'd never ask somebody actual money for this. No, 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 no. That would just be wrong. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and maybe some other poor Vytronix machine will see you soon. Bye-bye.